Hey guys, welcome to Building a Hopeful Homestead channel. I'm Vanessa, and right now I am going to harvest some greens from my townhouse garden. I got my first tomato the other day, and I've gotten like 5 strawberries and at least a pound of basil. So I wanted to bring you out here and show you what's going on. In this container I have my dandelion and some Siberian kale greens. I'm just going to start to harvest these so that they can start producing more, because that's the nature of greens. If you're wondering what these are, this is my Chinese chives in here as well. The dandelion greens are kind of shading out the Siberian kale. That's why I wanted to go ahead and harvest them. They'll grow back really quickly anyway. I got a few spring onion chives as well, but oh well. All right. Next we are going to harvest some basil. This is my big herb container right here. This plant in particular has just exploded recently, so I'm going to be really unforgiving and take a lot. Righty. Next, we are going to head into the greenhouse together, which may be an adventure. Hold on tight. I'm going to be a little bit more dainty with this one, just because I really want it to fill out and explode a little bit. So I'm not going to take a lot, but I'm going to selectively prune so that the plant gets more signals to grow some more leaves. Now, I don't have a huge garden because I live in a townhouse right now. We recently sold our house of 8 years for an investment, and it's just been kind of hard to figure out a way to feel at home here. Gardening has really helped me settle in and given me something to do, helped my peace of mind with the state of the world. I mean, come on. And it just feels really great to grow some of your own produce. I'm not able to grow it all on this little balcony, but I definitely get a good amount for the amount of time that I put into it and the amount of space that I have. So this is what we have today, a nice big bowl of salad. I wanted to show you guys around as well, so let me take you off the stand. These are my mulberry plants. They're doing pretty well. Out here, this is kale. I started this a little bit ago. It wasn't doing so great outside, so I put it in here. This is oregano. We had a bit of a catastrophe with this one. I didn't realize this pot didn't have holes in the bottom, and oregano does not like soggy roots. So I shoved some holes into the bottom of it, stuck it in my greenhouse, hoping it'll come back, and we have growth. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll come back. My balloon flower was up here, and I moved it down because it started to yellow, so we'll see how it does down there. This is red Malabar spinach, and it's doing really great. It's starting to flourish. It really likes heat, so I have it in the greenhouse. This is my strawberry plant. I have 3 in here, and I've gotten at least 5 or 6 strawberries off of it, even with the greenhouse overturning and it falling over and having to reroot. This is basil. It's doing very well. And this, I think, is strawberry spinach. All the other strawberry spinach starters died. And this is the only thing that came up. So I'm going to look that up to make sure it's strawberry spinach, or I could just wait to see if it gets berries on it. These are my spring onions. They take a while to do anything, but they're looking pretty nice. This perilla has stayed the course through everything. It's starting to go to seed, which was my goal, because honestly it's not doing anything else, so it can at least give me seed for this next year. It got too hot for it, I think. This is some Thai basil, and this is some other Thai basil. I'm letting this one go to seed because it really wanted to. And this one I keep just plucking off the seeds, starters, when I see them, and eating them. I'm merciless like that. I do not want that one to go to seed, but it will eventually, which is why I succession sowed some more basil into this bed. This is a winged bean, and if you can see, it grew all the way up here. And I have 3 others. They were damaged in the hailstorm that we had, so they're a little bit behind, but I'm happy with their progress, and we'll see how it goes. This one is starting to shoot off the vine as well, so we'll see how that goes. This got drenched. We had a lot of rain, and honestly, I haven't been doing anything with this pot. These broccolinis have been reseeding themselves all summer because they grow, they get too hot, they go to seed. So I think I might just let that continue to do that, and I will grab the seed in the fall and we'll use it early spring. We might even get some actual broccolini out of there in the fall because it won't be too hot. My beans got fried. The sun fried them to death. So what I did was I put bone meal in here and blood meal in here. I put a couple banana peels in here and some eggshells, and it looks like a mess, but they're coming back, so I think it was worth it. This one I'm going to have to replant. I might leave this little one to do its thing, but everything else just looks too rough. I just want to see what it does, and if it's a waste of time, it's a waste of time, but I wanted to see if I could get any beans out of those plants. It's been a rough summer. We had that hailstorm, we've had a ton of torrential downpours, a ton of just blazing heat, and on a porch like this, the sunlight is really unforgiving, so that's what happened with those. This is my herb garden bed in particular. I have some sage right here, and the rest of this is basil. Different kinds of basil. This is my berry vine. I believe it's a mulberry. I'm not entirely sure. I keep getting them, this one and these mixed up. I think those might be boysenberry and this might be a mulberry. So we'll have to see what happens with those and I'll figure it out then. My pink lemonade blueberries are not doing very well. I'm hoping this one comes back. This one's doing okay. This flower is always beautiful. Sometimes it has 2, sometimes it has like 20 blooms on it. That's a little tiny pepper that I'm letting it limp through the season. I'm not sure why, I just couldn't kill it. I couldn't pull it up when I saw it had new leaves growing on it, so I'm leaving that to see what happens. This is my mint, it's chocolate mint. It's doing pretty okay in this pot. I may sow it into this one over here. This is a flower from my daughter's garden. Everything got mixed together when that storm happened and it turned over the greenhouse. So this lovely beauty ended up in the mint pot. And I'm leaving it for now. We'll see what happens, but it finally has some flowers on it. This is basil. It's very happy here. This is my watercress. It's pretty happy there as well. Chinese chives and Siberian kale and dandelions are in there. I just harvested the Siberian kale and dandelion greens. This tomato looks a little bit sad, but it's producing, so I don't mind. I got my first tomato the other day, and as you can see, there's more, and there's more flowers, so it's just going to continue to grow and produce throughout the rest of the summer. This pot has a bunch of lettuce leaf basil and some other tiny butterhead lettuce seeds in it. I just sowed the heck out of it, and I'm going to pick them out as it grows, and I will enjoy this for the rest of the summer and early fall season. This tomato, I wasn't sure if it was going to make it, but it totally is. It came back after the couple of days of rain, so I'm really happy with its progress. This shishito pepper is doing really well. I did think it was going to die, but it came back with a vengeance. It got hit by that hailstorm and it wasn't happy for a long time, but if you can see, there are tons of baby peppers on this plant. So I'm just waiting eagerly to see how many peppers it produces. This is my bell pepper plant. It has 4 bell peppers on it at the moment. Maybe, oh, sorry, 5. So that pepper plant is doing really well. This is my corn. This is an experiment to see how many, if I can get some corn on my terrace. These are cucamelons. And all throughout here I have Japanese sweet potato and cheese gourds, cheese melons. I can't, my thoughts are not working right now, but butternut squash, honey nut squash, zucchini, all kinds of lovely little things. These might get shaded out. Hopefully they'll take off here in a minute, but this is doing really well. These squash over here are exploding. I don't even know what these are, but they look like some kind of peas or beans. So we'll see what happens with those. I'm not sure how they're alive right now, but they are. These are carrots and beets, and they're all doing really well. And overall, I'm happy with my garden this year. It's doing excellent. I also have a tomato plant in one of those containers down there that was a volunteer. And thank you for coming along with me on this tour of my garden. I will be doing a video about harvesting my lavender here soon, so I hope you guys will stick around and come back to see that one. I waited a little bit too long to harvest it, so we'll go down and see what it looks like. The goal is to have this much salad for everybody once a day, everybody in my family. So that would be, that's 5 people. So 5 times that every day. I'm getting a bowl like this about once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. So next year I really need to step up my planting game even though I'm in a townhouse, I need to figure out how to do that. I think I'm going to use those long box beds that I found that were pretty cheap at the Lidl. And I'll just get a bunch of those and layer them into my greenhouse and do lettuce, basil, Siberian kale, all kinds of greens, just to make sure that we're constantly getting greens out of the garden throughout the summer. I think that would really help with our grocery bill and help with our health, and it would be fun for the kids as well. So right now, what I'm going to do is succession plant like crazy because it's still July here and I can still get a nice big harvest in for the fall and late summer. So come along with me and we'll do that. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Bye friends.